Smell what the rock.
All right. I think we're live. Let me just double check to make sure that we are. Come on, man.
It says that we're live.
Yeah, no, but sometimes I can have problems with the. Okay, cool. All right, so what's going on, everybody? So we're back again for Strictly Comix, and I know this is kind of an unscheduled event. And actually, to be honest with you, it's my birthday, so some friends of mine who I've known for a while appreciate it, who agreed to come on and kick it.
All he wants for his birthday is some big booty.
I want some comics, man. Give me some comics. That's what you can get for me. Actually, for my birthday, I want this coronavirus situation to come to an end. But anyways, we're just going to do a really quick chat discussion. I'm going to go down the panel and introduce the guys and give them a minute to say what's up to people. We actually got some people in the chat already. So I'm going to go to Tristan first. We'll go to Tristan. Tristan, say hi to the YouTube comic book community and let them know what's going on with you, man.
What's going on, guys? Man, right now I'm taking advantage of some of these like free apps. So we got WWE right now. Just watching Attitude Era, just catching up. Yeah, it was probably some of the best wrestling I've ever seen.
And you know what's funny about that is there's actually a lot of wrestling fans in the comic book community that I've noticed for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man.
So anyways, thanks for even the wrestling comics sell really well.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, they sell pretty well.
Cool. All right, so thanks for joining us, man. I appreciate it. Next in line it says senior citizen, but his name is Michael. He's not naked, everybody, but he does have his shirt off. What's going on with you, Michael?
Nothing much. Just like you said, just being shirtless, enjoying the time alone. Just doing some random things, cleaning up. Going to get groceries every once in a great while. That's it.
Hey, nothing wrong with that, man. You gotta find something to do in these end times, don't you?
Yeah, found some water the other day. Found beans the week before, and just enjoying those beans.
Hey, man. Just you know where the bathroom is at, so don't enjoy them too much, okay?
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, thanks for joining us. I really appreciate it. Last but not least is he says the Batman. So Batman, sir, from Gotham City, how are you doing today?
I'm fine.
Are you taking this whole quarantine, this whole lockdown situation good?
First, Edwin, I want to tell you that I'm very happy that you're healthy and not sick. I'm also didn't know that it was your birthday today. I came over to the present.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. Just let me take a ride.
You're laughing in the background.
Just let me take a ride in the Batmobile, and I'll be good. Because people need to see you, man. You're Batman.
I look like shit, and you're like, "Hey, let's get together." And
man, it's all good. It's all good.
Well, I've been working on this. I've been working on this helmet for a while. So when you get quarantined, all of your hidden talents come out.
That's not the same helmet when you met Ben Affleck, is it?
No, this is a different one. So
okay.
No, this is a new one. I've been working on this for a while. The LEDs are gonna go in here.
Oh wow!
And it should pop. The other one's up should be like up there. I have it on display. That's the one that I want a medal for. This one hasn't been put out yet. I was actually pretty happy that we were gonna go to Dallas and everyone else is gonna dress up and as superheroes and so forth. But
Batman.
Gotcha.
But
Gotcha. Well,
But,
thank you for being on, man. We're gonna go. Let me go ahead and acknowledge the chat real
Batman,
quick, and
I
then
have
I'm
a
gonna get into the
question.
first. Well, hold on. Let me get to the first discussion because Tristan doesn't have a lot of time with
Are
us.
you on the back computer?
That's none of your damn concern.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Wait,
Thank
who
you.
was that? Who asked you that question? Was that you, Tristan?
No, that was
No,
Michael.
I'm
Who
on
asked
mute. That
you?
was Mike.
Oh.
The senior citizen.
Michael.
Hey, he put it
I
in
can't.
his.
Just the
Nah,
fact
it
that
was-
you introduced him like, oh, Michael's not naked. That's like the first thing.
Yeah, right. No, man, because I'm looking at him like,
Michael's
dude, like, you have pants on or something, right?
Well,
Hey man,
Hey,
he's
man, nobody-
quarantined.
only
You
my
can dress
cats
however you
will
want.
know. You have to ask my cats.
Let me acknowledge the chat real quick.
What are you
Rag,
doing with Selena's cat?
Rag, Rag 718 is in the house. Hawaiian Punch is in the house. Appreciate the birthday shout outs, guys. Universe X is in the house. We got Old Wolf 65. What's going on? Thank you for the birthday wish. We got Comic Book Champ. I'm always giving him a shout out just about every time on Instagram. What's going on, Comic Book Champ? And it's actually just those guys for now. That being said, I want to get in just like maybe a couple of topics. We're going to let Tristan answer. I mean, anybody can get in. It's not really that structured or anything like that, but I want to respect his time. One of the biggest topics that we'll probably get into, probably the biggest topic, is this whole beer bug situation. Let's just do this. Tristan, what are your thoughts on it, man? Like, what are your thoughts on it and how that is affecting the whole comic book community, collecting, cons, all that stuff, man? What say you? What are your thoughts about this whole situation?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's definitely affecting everything. I mean, they've stopped books from shipping now. The cons, obviously, a lot of them have been canceled or postponed to different dates. Depending on how this all goes, you know, you could see San Diego Comic-Con canceled for the first time in probably ever.
First time ever, yeah.
I mean, that would be just unreal, you know, if that were to happen. We've already seen Comic Palooza canceled here in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas Fan Expo obviously pushed back for the time being. But we'll see. I mean, they're saying this could last to August, so it's going to definitely affect. I mean, I think you're actually going to see a lot of comic book shops, if it does last that long, have to close down.
Well, I got a question for you in the chat, and also answer this. What con were you mostly looking forward to attending this year?
You know, I've got like my dream cons that like are down the line I want to go to, but I think the two that I wanted to most go to this year was MegaCon in Orlando, and obviously Dallas Fan Expo. Sean Murphy, I'm a huge Sean Gordon Murphy fan. I have a lot of his books now. You know, Tokyo Ghost 1 through 4, I got them all. I've you know, love him absolutely. I bought the package. I was ready to go get a sketch, and unfortunately, you know, this situation happened, and it is what it is, you know.
Yeah, Reg says that they waived rent and mortgage for the first. We should be good. Yeah, that's a good point, Reg. If landlords and you know, mortgage companies are heeding to that, that'll definitely be a good thing, because it seems like right now the whole country is almost on a pause. But yeah, they said no student loans for 90 days. Really, maybe I could definitely benefit from that.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah. All right. So, Michael, man, what about you, man? What kind of con were you looking forward to going to this year?
Well, I had commissioned Ariel Olivetti on 2 commissions. One was for me, one was for my brother. And I was supposed to pick it up from him at the show and turn them into CGC. So that was a big bummer. He posted that he was trying to ship them for free, but once the quarantine in Argentina hit, he was unable to do that. So he can't even ship commissions.
Yeah, he's a pretty good guy. He communicates pretty good with his fans.
Oh yeah, definitely. Every time I had a question, he didn't take no more than 1 day to answer. He's still taking commissions as of today. I saw that he posted watercolor commissions. He might have even lowered the price, and I say take advantage of it, because this stuff is not going to last forever, and his prices are not going to last remain that low after either.
Who that says have to call them up, Edwin. Student loans can be on hold for 4 months. I was told. I did mine up to 2 months so far. All right, appreciate it. Who that? I don't really need to do that just yet because of the I have a a income based payment plan right now with them. So, but I'll definitely call them up if I need to. We also got Batman with us. Batman, what cons are you looking forward to this year, man? And anybody can actually chime in. What are you watching? Something? Are you watching like Batman the Animated Series, or what do you got on the tube right now, man?
No, I was actually just working on this cosplay because I think we all had a plan that I was going to dress up as Batman. You're going to be Hugo Strange, and your wife was going to be either Wonder Woman or Catwoman, I think. And then we're going to get Michael to be the Penguin, or possibly he was going to be someone else, but Tristan was going to be I can't remember who you had chosen.
Harvey Bullock
for him.
Detective
There
Harvey
you
Bullock.
go.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was pretty excited about that, and then this whole coronavirus thing hit, and now everybody's kind of quarantined, and you're just working out and just working on each other and making sure we're taking good care of each other and just doing work around the house. But I was actually pretty excited about Marc Silvestri. He was a artist that I actually grew up with. A lot of the comics that you see in the 90s, a lot of the beautiful artwork was actually some of the stuff that got me into comics. So to see him and meet him would have been great. So it's just unfortunate that I won't be able to meet him. But, hopefully everybody can, have a safe year. And hopefully if they do have it next year and they all come back next year, then, we'll get ready for that next year. A good 2021.
Yeah.
By the way, for the comics movies, yeah, man, I did an extension for my student loan also. I did a forbearance. The only thing with forbearances is that if you extend it, they don't take away your interest. And I was looking over the what is it called, the percentages for that. So if
I think
you're
the
planning
interest
on
has been extended,
make sure you talk to them about the interest, because I know student loans, the one thing is they try to kill you with that interest.
Yeah, the same thing with
I-
mortgages.
Yeah.
Is they do the same thing. Is they'll let you slide by, but they're not gonna forgive on the interest.
they're not going to forgive on the interest.
No, because it's the same thing that happened with Hurricane Harvey. I did it, and they'll let you go without paying for 3 months, but after that's over, they want you to catch up because they want their money, and the interest is there. They just tack everything and divide it by 12. So yeah, like Batman saying, yeah, you got to watch it with those interests. He's just a businessman, so he knows when Batman talks about money. I think he knows.
I think you're right.
Yeah, don't give out my identity now. I mean,
No, I don't think.
By the way,
you got those wonderful toys. Remember?
Spoiler
you were
alert.
working on the Batmobile.
not everybody knows.
I thought you were working on the Batmobile, but okay. Batman cosplays. I didn't know that.
I can't go anywhere, so I'm not going to be working on any Batmobiles or vehicles. I'm going to be staying home because a true hero stays home.
Did y'all see that meme?
There you go.
Did y'all see that Batman meme with they had like the bat signals shining and the Batman had a flashlight and it's like
yes,
quarantining?
Yes, I seen that.
That's best.
He says no, right? He's like, nope.
Yeah.
Or
No,
he shines a light back, something like that.
I'm quarantining.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Shout out to Rag again. He says Baltimore Comic-Con in October and New York City Comic-Con is in October. So he thinks that we should be good. Only time will tell, Rag. I hope you're right, though, man. I think the biggest concern that I see.
The election.
Yeah, but we talked about this before. I think the biggest concern is these cons being stacked on top of each other throughout the course of the rest of the year, if that part of the year is still available. But I mean, dang, man, would you? That's going to be kind of conflicting, right? I mean, because there's only going to be so much to go around, and if everybody's just kind of stacked on top of each other.
Well, look at what Fan Expo's doing. They have one like what in June now, and then October.
They're not. They're not going to have one in June. 'Cause they're saying this thing is going to last past May 30th.
Right.
And if it isn't, most people are. They're going to look at their attendance and they're going to say, yeah, we're not going to be able to do it this year at all, just because that's scarce and people are still going to get near each other. I just don't. I think that they should take the money that they have now and then just invest it into next year.
Right.
Have a year where you don't have a con, and that way, the people that couldn't afford to go to a con this year, you're saving up your money this year for next year.
Right.
And then you wanted, let's say a Marc Silvestri or Sean Murphy, like Tristan wanted a Sean Murphy one. Yeah, just save that money up for next year. Pay instead of paying $600-700, invest that towards a $1,200 investment. Something that's personal to you and something that'll hold value going forward. So that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna get a $600-700 Marc Silvestri sketch, but I'm not gonna do that now. I'm just gonna save up that money, and if they announce him for next year, just go there next year.
Yeah, because I was going to say that too. I had paid for the Marc Silvestri experience, and they refunded my money in total. So yeah.
Who that says he thinks 2021 will be a big con year. I agree. And then Dark Ranger 7 says that he says it was a drag because he had some plans on getting some books signed this year. Man, dude, I think we all did. Actually, ETA Nick had mentioned that I think it was shortly after Stan Lee passed away that signed books, graded signed books, kind of blew up after he passed away, and even just before he passed away. So I think that when it comes to getting books slabbed, I think people are getting more books slabbed signed than just the regular blue labels, unless it's like a Silver Age key or something like that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But
I was gonna ask you on your CBCS and the CGC, what have you noticed? Is CBCS slower on their grading as CGC, or is it about the same? Or because I had some books, I have one book that I'm waiting on, or actually two books from CGC, and then a few from that I sent in through CBCS.
No, that's actually a really good segue because if anybody who doesn't know, CBCS actually announced like a week or so ago that they're actually temporarily suspending all grading right now because they're in Dallas now. They moved from Sarasota, Florida to Dallas, but they're kind of on lockdown. The whole city is on lockdown. So as comic book grading is a non-essential occupation or business, they're not going to be grading. But CGC is grading because they're in Sarasota, Florida, and they're not on lockdown and so much as affected by this whole coronavirus situation as other people are. Who that says CBCS is closed at the moment? Yes, it is. Who that? But to answer your question, I think that CBCS has gotten a lot faster, and I think it has to do with their training. And this is all just guessing. I think that Steve Borok and whoever else has trained their graders to be faster because I think that they saw that there was a big importance there for the community to get their books as quickly as possible versus taking a month or so.
It is, but I'm also patient. My books are submitted from February from North Texas, and they're submitted, so they're in good hands with CGC. I'm not worried. I'll get them when I'll get them when I'll get them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel the same way. Tristan, don't let me hold you up, man. If you need to go, let me know, man.
I'll let you know. I'm
Okay.
good for a
All
little
right.
bit
Cool.
longer.
Okay. So, but that's a good topic of discussion because a lot of people care about grading and graded comic books in the community. Who that also says CGC is grading and moving very fast since no cons. That's a good point as well. There's not as many cons going on right now, so they shouldn't be dragging behind on your books and getting them graded. But I think Batman that CBCS has done a much better job, but I think that as soon as this whole thing is over, the books that we submitted should be back within days. That's just my guess, instead of weeks.
Let's hope.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Because I've been submitting to both still.
Is CGC still grading those Todd McFarlane books, or are they done with that?
No, that should be done, man.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
I tell you what, I'm glad that they finally got around to it.
Yeah, he hasn't posted anything.
Yeah, but if they hadn't got if Todd McFarlane had still been dragging his feet and they had gotten around to it, just think about it. Like he was supposed to do that in what, December or January? And if he hadn't gotten to them, all those books would still just be over there at CGC waiting to get signed.
I think he went to sign because I wasn't in February.
No, he
already did it.
Yeah, he signed them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did.
Originally, I think it was supposed to be in like October or something, and then they pushed it back.
Right. And I think he extended it to February.
Yeah.
So then I think what was another topic? Oh, pretty much the last topic. What are you guys' thoughts about not getting your new comic books every week?
You know, they're gonna come eventually. I mean,
right.
Everything's being pushed back. Obviously, you're saving a little bit of money for the time being, anyways.
Right.
You know, I'm looking forward to the new Batman the Animated Series comic that was coming out. Obviously, 3 Jokers. Definitely excited for that. But I mean, that's down the line. So
I don't know much about that. What is that? 3? What do you mean 3 Jokers?
3 Jokers starts June.
Yeah, I know. It's been
Any of them new Jokers?
Yeah, but no. So what's going on right now in DC is there are 3 Jokers, and one knows my identity, and the other two are going to either stop him or they're going to try to kill him. But at the end, there's only supposed to be one, and it's all because of the Doomsday Clock, the New 52, the Rebirth, the Dark Universe, because Dark, what is it called?
Multiverse.
Dark Knights Metal or Metal Knights. Metal Knights are coming out.
Dark Knights Metal, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you're having that sequel that's coming out. So the 3 Jokers is supposed to play a huge part, and they've been setting that up for I think 5 years now, 6 years now.
Yeah, I mean, it's been since New 52. I mean, at the end of that Justice League, when Batman got the Morbius chair, and he asked who's the Joker, and they were like, "There's 3 Jokers." So it's been
because the last issue that came out, I think the last issue that came out was in Nightwing, and that was the prequel. That's why that book sold out. Like a lot of people are like, well, it's because Punchline's in it. And no, it's not because Punchline was in there. It's because that
it's the first Joker
those are all
War.
Speculations. Yeah, it was the Joker Wars, and that's what's setting up the 3 Jokers.
The Joker Wars?
The way I feel about this is
Joker Wars starts first.
Mm-hmm.
And just like Batman said, it starts in Nightwing, and it's going to go into Batgirl.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
They're still going to pick on Batgirl with the old Alan Moore, Brian Boland killing joke, where they have a cover image where they show the Joker knocking on her apartment door.
What's up, Fish?
Yeah, what's up, Fish Tropic? Dark Ranger says that Joker 80th and Catwoman 80th anniversary were on his pull list. So
Right.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
so he's
the
kind of
Joker
missing
80th.
out. Yeah,
That's really cool.
yeah.
I saw the jock cover
yeah,
on that. That looks so good.
Mm-hmm.
Which book are you referring to?
It's
Which
the
cover?
Joker 80th anniversary comic. It's like a one-off.
Yeah.
Like a 100-page one-off. And they have the jock cover. He just on his I think Instagram or Twitter he posted that, and it looked really good.
So I'm just guessing, was that going to be like an $8 or $10 book? Probably.
Probably
Yeah.
the $9.99, like the Wonder Woman.
All the
the
80th
Flash.
anniversaries are close to $10.
Yeah.
They're all $10.
It's like Flash
But again,
$750, Wonder Woman $750.
Right. They're gonna have the blanks. They're gonna have the colored blanks, and then they're gonna have the Jim Lees, all the variants.
Thanks a lot, Fish. I've been working on this mask for a while. Hey, Dark Ranger, I agree. That Catwoman, Adam Hughes, it's a beautiful, beautiful cover.
Right.
And,
Was there anything that Adam puts out that isn't beautiful? That Adam Hughes?
No, I mean, they're more like I would say 99.9%.
Yeah.
I mean, there is probably a cover out there that you'll see and you'll be like, he was probably rushing because he was probably doing like 15 covers.
He wasn't
like,
trying.
Yeah. Or, I mean, hey, Adam Hughes is not J. Scott Campbell, though. I mean, at least with J. Scott Campbell, he just keeps redrawing his wife over and over and over.
Thing, yeah. I swear he could draw that in his sleep. You like just pump something out, and it's like
he loves drawing his wife.
Copy. Is that who is supposed to be the same face with the nose going up? Supposed to be his wife?
Yeah.
Yeah. He just draws his wife for every character.
That Fish Tropics is Halle Berry. He likes the Halle Berry.
They're trying to do that whole Halle Berry Catwoman, Dark Knight Catwoman concept for the Batman that's coming out. So,
I mean, don't get me wrong, Halle Berry was hot as Catwoman, but I think that a lot of people just didn't like the whole. It just seemed kind of corny.
The story was corny.
Yeah, and it wasn't really Batman related either, was it?
No, it was her own.
It was in Gotham. I mean,
like
I think they said it was in Gotham.
It was like a separate universe, though. I mean, there was no connection.
Well, you asked about like I think this the way that they're setting it up, where you can't come inside, and I mean, again, it's for safety purposes. The fact that some of these local comic book shops, the way they want you to pick up their books or the way they want to send books out, if that's the case, man, I mean, I'd rather just order from Midtown, because if for those of you in here that don't know what Midtown is, I'm pretty sure you guys know what Midtown is. It's a big, gigantic comic book shop that's in New York, and they have private signings over there also, and they also can deliver huge bulk in small, I guess, shipping prices. Just depends on how much you buy. But if that's the case, everyone's like, well, you should support your local comic book shop. That's great. But my local comic book shop sometimes does not have the certain comics that I want. And if I'm not subscribed to those comics, then I have to order from somewhere else. So if I'm ordering from Midtown Comics, not only is their packaging well, I just order it from there and it just arrives at my doorstep. But at the same time, I think it's going to affect all of us. I think a lot of businesses are going to suffer from this, because I think it was 2 weeks ago where they said that you can't come in anymore and pick up your books. So if this is going on until June, those that were already kind of getting out of the whole collecting, because if you're collecting comics, you're not collecting modern age comics. You're collecting, Silver Age or, bronze or whatnot. You're collecting stuff that probably holds value to you. And you're only reading the current stuff that's coming out because you're trying to keep up to date with what's going on. But if you're not able to go to the shop, then that's going to affect kind of like your Wednesday or your Tuesday or however your shop sets your pickups. But I think a lot of businesses are going to suffer. And if that happens, a lot of shops are going to shut down. And if that happens, it is going to hurt the industry. At least that's my 2 cents on the whole thing.
No, that is the word on the streets. I was actually talking to a guy before I went live who has a shop that he runs near in Miami, not far from Miami, and he's saying that it's he says right now they're getting by, but he thinks that it's going to kind of be like a you're going to start to see those who weren't prepared and weren't financially stable. They're going to start. Some of the shops are going to kind of start falling off a little bit, and it's going to be kind of like the survival of the fittest, I guess, like Apocalypse would say.
Let me ask y'all.
Local comic shops.
Let me ask y'all about this because this is a big deal right now too. I know a bunch of Marvel and DC are talking about, releasing digitally and not, for right now and not doing the paper route. And I know some comic book shops are really upset about that.
Mm-hmm.
What do y'all think about that?
Well, my thought on that is
should they release digitally or should they just wait?
They're going to release digitally no matter what because they've been pushing that type of tech for a number of years now. But now you're going to have the digital story came out first. So this so-and-so character was first introduced digitally. Then you're going to have the paper eventually. And
kind of like the movies, like DVDs.
Right. You're going to have spoilers and everything. And then, but you're also going to have the digital copy. So who owns the digital copy and who owns the paper copy? And if someone is introduced digitally and I didn't pay for the digital copy, but so-and-so did, they're going to see and have the first appearance before the paper.
Well, there's a YouTuber I watch. His name is Nerderotic, and he lives out in the San Francisco Bay Area, and he actually owned a comic shop. I think he said back as early as 2010, and he said that that's what they were trying to do. They were trying to push the digital on people, and it didn't take off like how they thought it would be. How they thought it would, and then they scaled back a little bit. And we've actually had comic book publishers on JLS Comics, another show I used to be on. And I think that them and a couple other creators have kind of said that digital only makes up at most 25% of comic book sales. And again, it just goes back to it not taking off like how they thought it would. But us as collectors, why would I spend $10 on a digital book that's never going to ever be worth anything? Not that you should be buying a comic book because it's going to be worth something, but why would I spend $10 on a digital copy? And I would much rather and you have the opportunity to buy $10 for a hard copy.
Well, that's why the digital was in effect, was so people like the new generation didn't have to go out. They don't have to buy the paper copy and try to store them. You just store them on a hard drive and be done with it.
Yeah, I know that a lot of people on here, they probably don't know of certain websites, but you can go to comic. I think it's called Free Comic Book Read or Read Comic Books for Free.
Comicology is one.
They'll give you digi versions of comics all the way from the Silver Age, Cave Face. So you're saying you're going to release digi copies for $9, $10? Yeah, shit, even $5. Most of the people are not going to just sit around and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to pay $5 for something that I can just get free from online. Because that's the reason it was out there. So because people collect things because they want to physically have them.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And then they go online and they read them. At least that's what I was doing. I'll go to the comic book shop. I'm like, oh, the Punchline came out. I only got, one copy of this Punchline character. But since it's my only copy, I'm going to try to keep it in mint condition. And when I get it signed, I'll get it go CGC'd or whatever the case is. And then I'll just read it online. I'll go to this website and I'll read it online.
I've done that, yeah.
And then I think that's going to affect a lot of buyers because a lot of them are going to be like, well, I wanted. So I know that Harley Quinn is supposed to take on Punchline next, right? And she's supposed to take her on, I think, for the next 2 issues. And Batman 92. I know I ordered the Art Germ cover. Well, if I can't physically go to my comic book shop and pick it up, that is going to suck. And that's
not
not
only
supposed to
that,
come out until next
and not only that, but
week.
if you order a physical copy from an online source, you also may not get the most tip-top condition copy either. I mean, at least at the shop, you can like at least have a choice to see which one's in the best shape before you pay for it.
Yeah, Dark Ranger. Yeah, you can read it for free. It's I would love to if I can if you could take me off this right now and four-way, and I'll actually go and try to find it for this guy. But there's websites, and I use them at work all the time. And the thing is, see, police officers, that's my occupation. So a lot of police officers, you'd be surprised, a lot of them are nerds. And they do, when they have free time, they'll search this stuff up on their phone. Like, oh, I heard about this character that came out or blah, blah, blah. And they have the website. In fact, I didn't know about it. And it was a police officer that I work with. He said, hey, you know what? There's this website that I go to and they have free comics. Go check it out. And I checked it out and I was like, holy crap. They have not just comics from the 90s, 80s, but they have comics all the way back to like the 50s, 60s, 70s. So I was like, man, I don't even have to touch any of my comics. I could, you rotate them out or you change the bag and boards and so forth to make sure that your comics are not messed up. But for the most part, I was like, yeah, I can just read them online for free. And if you can read these comics online for free, again, it's a really dumb move for DC and Marvel to say, "Hey, we're only gonna release digi versions of these copies and make money off of it." When there's people out there that have the knowledge to just say, "Hey, I'm just gonna go to Reddit or I'm just gonna go here," and that entire issue just came out on Reddit,
Tristan
or
put it in the Tristan put in the private chat. I sent it to the chat if they want to check that out. The problem with that one, and I think it's the same one you're talking about. Yeah, I think the problem with that one though is I've used it a few times in the past couple of weeks, and it doesn't seem to go to the site like how it used to. And I think what I mean by that is I think that
there's a lot of ads.
It works a lot better if you're doing it from your iPhone or you're like in a tablet than it does on your laptop, because the pop-ups, they can get a little crazy. But
okay, all right. So let me think. We don't need to go on too much longer because I definitely don't want this to be too long, because I know a lot of people's not going to watch it all the way through.
I know the movie industry is really doing bad right now.
Yeah. I'll tell you what.
I think someone on here said something, and so 2021, I think, guys, will be like the way the Patriots and the Atlanta Falcons game was a few years back. I feel like we're 28-3 right now. I think we're 3. We're behind by 25 points. I think 2021 will be when we make our comebacks. The movie industry is going to have. I'm pretty sure the movie industry is going to have many films that come out all at once. I'm not sure if that's going to be a good thing, but I know Disney is going to be pushing Mulan back, Sony all these movies are going to be pushed back. Like, I think there's more movies that are coming out for DC and Marvel in 2021. So if they don't come out this year, just 2021 is going to be a great year, not just for cons, but movies. And I mean, that's if we all make it. I mean, I joke, but I mean, if it doesn't get worse than what it is, then, if everybody sees 2021, it should be a great year for just everything: media, music, pop culture. But I think just this year it's tough because of all the stuff that's going on. So,
what were you saying, Tristan?
Oh, that they pushed back Morbius and Ghostbusters Afterlife today. Sony did. So
Oh, they
those come
pushed
out.
back New Mutants because of it too, right?
Yeah. Well, they pushed back James Bond. They
Mm-hmm.
pushed back New Mutants. They pushed back Black Widow. Wonder Woman now they're saying isn't going to come out till 2021.
I thought it was going to go straight to digital.
No,
Well,
that was a rumor.
that was a question.
But they
still.
said they still plan on releasing it in theaters whenever that happens.
Yeah.
And that's
yeah.
Dark Ranger. He just, that's a good point, man. I wouldn't be surprised if when they go back to shooting, if you see a pre-quarantined actor and a post-quarantined actor, you'll have different versions of the characters in different segments of the film. So you can probably tell, yeah, he probably ate a little bit more in his life while this movie was postponed. Same thing with Catwoman and the villains. It's very unique how that is, because I remember when Spider-Man 3 went through that. I'm not sure if you remember the writer's strike and all that had happened around that. But the girl that played Gwen Stacy, the actress, was pregnant, so they had to shoot her scenes a little bit differently. So I'm looking at how all these actors that were shooting films for next year's that were in current film mode, how that's gonna, when the actual movie is finished, just to see that. I mean, we're actually living history. I think that's how I was watching the news, and they had said, how does it feel to be part of history? And I think a lot of Americans are like, we just want this to be over with.
I want to get back to work for sure. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to wrap it up. I'm going to do final thoughts and shout outs and just kind of go down the list. And then maybe if people like this, we'll do it again another time. But I just wanted to kind of check this out, get online, kick it, talk of, a couple, 2 or 3 topics, and then, see how it goes. And that was pretty much it. We'll go ahead and go to Tristan first. Tristan, you got any final thoughts and shout outs, man, as we come to a close?
No shout outs, man. Just, I hope everyone stays safe and, don't go out to beaches or anything else that, you shouldn't be doing at the moment.
Keep it 10 or fewer, huh? 10 or less.
Watch more Tiger King. I don't know, whatever you guys
Oh my gosh. My wife just finished that, man. Oh, God. She couldn't stop talking about it, man.
I bet.
She couldn't stop talking about it. Michael, man, final thoughts and shout outs, man.
Just gonna practice sunbathing tomorrow. Nothing really much, just local comic shops. Can't wait to see y'all back up. I'll be going to a couple of them, and some of the sales that they might have, like Bass has been saying, Midtown's been running specials. Unknown Comics has been running sales. They're not selling new material. It's all back issues, and that's all everybody's gonna have for the time being until shipping comes back up. It's not the stores. It's not, nobody is shipping. And that's one of the things that we talked about was digital. If you can't wait, then there's the digital. If you're sitting at home bored, you can go online and read the books. And like Tristan said, the new stuff will be on digital first. I can wait. They're there. They're on my pull list. And all I got to do is pick up the phone the day that they come out. Basically, that's about it. No,
that's good, though. But you make a good point. I never really thought about that, them releasing it digitally first, like they do DVDs. That would actually be really smart on their part. Now, me as a consumer, I wouldn't buy it. I would wait for a hard copy. But that's a really interesting point. Yeah. Batman, final thoughts and shout outs, man.
No, I mean, I don't really have much to say. I think I've talked a lot in this segment, but hey, just hope you guys stay well. Hope your families are doing well. If you have older people in your families, just take good care of them. Just be considerate of everybody's surroundings. And I heard that we're running out of supplies. just help a neighbor. Don't be one of those people that go to the market shop and get like 100 soaps and toilet papers and towels and stuff like that. You know, if everybody else can't wash their hands, then how's this shit supposed to go away? So, I think that's pretty much it, man. I mean, I don't really have much to say. It was good meeting everybody else here in this group chat. I mean, it's hopefully I'll see you guys around.
Yeah, for sure, man. I want to thank everybody on the panel: Tristan, Batman, senior citizen. Shout out to everybody in the chat: Dark Ranger 7. Who else?
Senor Senior.
Rag 718, Fish Tropic, Who Dat, Comics and Movies, Rag, and a couple, 2 or 3 others. I think that I got everybody. Comic Book Champ Gomez, everybody's Broski, Old Wolf Universe X, and I think that Hawaiian Punch. That's right. So thank you guys for joining us. I think that's pretty much it. Check out the affordable auction number 28 coming up this Sunday. We're going to be slinging some comic books. Yesterday was a pretty big success. So I really appreciate everybody who's checking that out. Give us a thumbs up if you haven't already. I really do appreciate it. And till next time, everybody, we will see you guys, later on during the week. And happy reading with your comic books. Stay safe, just like Batman said. Wash your hands and keep your distance. Good night, everybody.